Today we're going out on a friend of mine's boat. I've never been out on his boat before, so I have no idea what to expect. Look at all these people. The ratio of men to women here is absolutely insane. But I've always really wanted to like go out on a boat here in Toronto and just kind of like be in the harbor, drink with friends, and kind of just have a fun time. I'm thinking what would be really fun is to go out in the street and interview people like outside of bars and stuff after we go on the boat. This is Toronto nightlife for you. It's not necessarily about how much you make.
$100,000 a year.
$45 an hour.
Less than minimum wage.
I make about $1 million a year.
$22 an hour, bitch!
We're leaving Cookie. I asked if we could bring her. Whenever we're preparing to leave, the dog can like totally tell. Cookie. She's trying to get belly scratches. Doesn't even know what she wants, to be honest. All right, so I'm gonna go down to the car. Perfect, okay. Now, will she be there when I'm there? That's the real question. Boom, White Claws, mango only. If you've never been in an LCBO before, they often don't look like this. This one's just like really nice. Designer store in here. Even smells like it's bougie. All right, we made it down. There's so many boats and shit here. It looks lit. Woo! So this is the host. This is my friend Frank, gentleman and a scholar.
We're gonna head out, keep drinking, have a good day. It's anyone's birthday that we're celebrating. It's Mara's birthday! Happy birthday, Mara!
Let's get on the water. Hopefully I don't get sick and vomit. Yay! All right, so we made it out to Hamlin's Point, which is actually a nude beach off the coast of Toronto. We're about to raft up with a bunch of other boats. I can already see people I recognize. It's like a whole party out here. There's so many people on this beach, and just seeing the skyline is insane. And there's so many boats out here. This is a 5.5. I always see this guy's fucking Instagram story out on these fucking boats, and I'm always so jealous. It doesn't matter where I am in the world, bro.
I know, you're in Bali, bro. I'd trade places in a heartbeat. I'm glad you're home, baby.
Yeah, thank you. We're here for like 3 months, so we'll be here chilling for a minute. It looks like a vibe here, seriously.
We've been vibing. We were out at noon. Noon. We were out. We were getting gas and doing all
How much have you had to drink so far?
Honestly, like 3 shots and a mixed drink. Like I just finished like 6 bottles of water. I've been on a bender.
But you're experienced, that's why.
Exactly.
You just
what
know.
I'm doing. People come out here, they get fucked up. They're in the blazing sun. It's 35 plus right now, and then they drink no water. And I'm like, oh, you poor souls.
So we're gonna try to make a mission across some of these boats. I see some of my friends I'd like to say hi to. I got a drink in one hand and the camera in the other. The ratio of men to women here is absolutely insane. Probably like 10 girls for every 1 guy. Not many people recognize me, so like, I know you really watch my shit. Now you get to be in a video. Seriously, Jason James, guys. You guys do this fucking shit. Let's slow down. Don't fucking send that corporate shit. Don't be something that bullshit. You enjoy it. This is life. You got one concert. Where's the wisdom on a boat?
6 hours later.
We are back at our Airbnb condo in North York. We took an Uber back. That was a lot. It actually required a lot of energy to like say what up and like chit chat and like all that shit with all those different people. But it was fun. I have no regrets. And the video isn't over, nor is the day. So don't think that you're gonna click off at any near time. We're gonna go upstairs, munch down on some pizza and salad. I'm gonna change out of a bathing suit, and Ashley's gonna change 15 times. We're gonna go interview people. We're gonna find out, how much money motherfuckers are making and what they do. But I'm glad to be back. We're gonna get to see Cookie. She always has such a high energy when we return home.
Extremely happy to see us. Is that a cookie?
She always does this thing where she like stays super low.
Baby? That's my cookie baby.
She wiggles. Cookie. Oh.
She's a silly girl. Oh, she's so excited.
All right, we're gonna eat, get changed, and hit the streets.
Several days later.
So Ashley and I were going to go out and do the interviews on the day of the boat, but this is a totally different day. We ended up scrapping the idea that night because we were super exhausted. But tonight, we are gonna go hit the streets. And I have some friends with me. I've got Skylar, my lovely fiance Ashley, Bilal, and Sujoy. We're gonna hit the streets and we're gonna interview people and find out how much money they make, what they do, what their story is, where they came from, and maybe throw some other interesting questions. Now, the neighborhood we're going to is called King West. It's the entertainment district, and there's a lot of bars and clubs and stuff like that. So we're probably gonna find some tipsy people. I don't know if they're gonna be honest. We'll have to get the verdict of that later, but we're definitely gonna get some answers from some interesting people.
A few moments later.
All right, cheers. What do you do for a living?
I work for Aaron. Help.
Try your best to answer every question as a sentence starting with I. What is your name?
My name's Alessia. Miriam. Owen.
Alea Wilson.
Christian.
Are you in school? Did you go to school?
Yeah, I go to school in the U.S. I study sports psychology. York for business.
York University, I studied law.
Rec and business at University of Waterloo.
Yes, I'm in university studying health and psychology.
And how much do you make in your current position?
I make $14.50, but if I include tips on a regular night, I can make up to like $50 an hour. $16 an hour.
Oops, $22 an hour, bitch!
Between like 50 plus-ish.
What, 115,000?
Good for you. Congratulations.
Thank you.
What do you do for a living?
I'm a waitress. I'm an art teacher.
Salesperson at Faf Audi.
I work at RBC, Royal Bank of Canada.
I work in orthopedic sales.
How did you get into that field?
I needed a summer job and I was really broke.
I worked as a porter since I was 16 and then I just worked my way up.
Honestly, you have to ask around, really be your own entrepreneur.
My boyfriend's dad was the boss. I love making art and I love children.
If you could switch industries, what would it be?
Oh my god, that's a good question.
Probably become a lawyer.
I think I'd be a pro player. If like women's sports had like good money, I'd probably be a pro player. But like we're getting there, we're getting there.
What sport would you play?
Soccer.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, bro. Oh.
Sorry. How did you start building your platform?
So I actually used to work as a bartender pre-COVID. COVID obviously limited my ability to work, and I was put into a circumstance where I had no money. I don't come from a family that had like any support. I had to do something, and I think for a lot of people's success, it requires to be put in a place where you need to pivot, otherwise you will sink without a place to go. Actually, speaking about how I was able to get success was consistency. And I had a good idea, and I executed it. A lot of people you meet, you may talk to your friends, they may have a good idea. To actually execute it takes a whole other level. By my third video, I was fortunate enough to post a video that got like 30 million views, which is insane. The main thing is consistency and the ability to pivot. It's still pretty early, and I feel like most of the people we've interviewed haven't been like intoxicated, but a couple more hours, we're gonna stop and have a drink quickly, and we're gonna cap more of them in a bit. But so far so good. There's been some decent interviews, a lot of diversity in how much people are making. It's just interesting to learn this information, you know, like it's kind of a taboo. Aaron!
Subscribe.
Good to see you.
I will interrupt your film.
No, it's all good. See you around, bro. Anyhow. This is Toronto nightlife for you. What is your name?
Daphne. Lucy Goldman. Alexis.
What do you do for a living?
I'm a makeup artist for Dior. I am a student and I'm a camp counselor.
I am a surgical kits manager.
What are you studying in school?
Bio. I'm studying to be a teacher at York.
I studied medical science in school.
What's the biggest risk you've taken professionally up until now?
Leaving a restaurant I was really comfortable at.
Oh, I quit my job to be at this camp because kids make you feel fulfilled. So I went from more money to less money just to like be happier.
I don't know.
And how much do you make?
I think it's like $3,000 for the whole summer, less than minimum wage.
Like 70,000.
Where do you see yourself in 10 years?
Hopefully maybe research, medical school, I'm not really sure.
I want to be a doctor one day. Probably get my master's and then go to medical school. Hopefully, we'll see.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
What is your name?
Caitlin. Julia.
I'm Dalton Pompey.
What do you do for a living?
A gymnastics coach and a dance teacher.
I work at a grocery store.
I'm a baseball player. I used to play for the Blue Jays and now I'm with the Angels.
How did you get that position? What was the journey?
I started being a dance teacher because I was a student there my whole life, and then my friend gave me a job at the gymnastics place.
My parents got me into the field, and when I was 2 years old, I started playing baseball, and I've been playing ever since.
Did you go to school?
I study English because I want to be a teacher.
I'm in school for dance.
No, I got drafted from high school.
How much do you make with your current position?
Probably like $10,000 a year, I'm not sure.
I make about $1 million a year.
What's the scariest thing you've ever done in your life?
Cliff jumping.
Probably going drop zone because I hate roller coasters. I'm so afraid of heights, it's crazy, dude.
Where do you see yourself in 10 years?
Working professionally as a dancer.
What's the biggest risk you've taken in your education or professional career thus far?
Picking the right university and program.
Signing out of high school. I had an offer to go to school and play baseball on a scholarship, but I decided, you know what, I want to be a pro out of high school, and the rest is history, bro.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Super brief.
To meet you.
Thank
Woo,
you.
you guys are good at it. Okay, go.
If you don't want to go, it's totally cool.
No, we're good.
Thank you so much for watching this video. I honestly enjoyed filming this one. I thought it was pretty hilarious. A lot of interesting people just walking the street. If you did like this video, let me know what you liked about it, or if you have any suggestions for questions I should ask in the next one, or if there's something that you didn't like. I'm obviously curious to find out what that would be. But I will be releasing another video next week and every week, every Saturday. So hit that subscribe button, hit the bell, and see you next week.